We're practicing the knots we learnt at school camp. Laura's pretty good, but I'm the real master. Knot. If only I could make a knot using something else. What about water in a plastic bag? Let's give it a go. All I need to do is pop a couple of holes in this bag. Now tip some water in. Look, there are 2 water streams coming out. But if I just click my fingers, the 2 streams become one. Hey presto, a knot made out of nothing but water.
Knots in liquid, that's pretty clever. Haley's trick works because water is attracted to itself. Water molecules have a partial positive charge and a partial negative charge. Because opposites attract, the molecules are drawn to each other. Once Haley pinches the 2 streams together, the attraction is strong enough to bind the water into a single stream, which creates the knot-shaped bulge.
After seeing my discovery, do you think Laura will go back to tying with rope? Not likely.
Nice one, girls.
Garage.
Bishop and I are true rivals of the racetrack. We're going head-to-head in a speedway spectacular. May the best man win. On your marks, get set, go! Mine's flying off the grid, but Bishop's car has misstarted, and victory's mine. Yes! Bishop doesn't seem too happy with that result. Where's he off to? Knowing him, he's not going to lose without a fight. This could be interesting. It's been a bad day for Bishop. His race car lost the championship. And then he stormed off the track in mysterious circumstances. Well, well, look who's back. And what's he brought with him? 2 tin cans and a cup full of steel nuts? What on earth is he up to? Okay, he's rolling the tin. I guess we're going to have a tin can race. Now he's gluing the metal nuts to the top of the tin. This is strange. He's arranging them in a sort of tower. Oh, I get it. It's extra weight for extra speed. I'm gonna make mine different. I'll glue the nuts around the edge. Well, it looks above board to me. We both have the same size tins and the same number of nuts. This time, Bishop thinks that he's gonna rule the racetrack, but we'll soon see. Bishop and I have made races out of tin cans. Now we're going to find out whose is the fastest. Bishop thinks that he's got me beaten. We'll see about that. Okay, they're ready to race. Release the tins. Wow! Bishop's tin has taken off like a firecracker, and mine's got no chance. I guess it's his turn to celebrate.
Both tins have exactly the same weight and shape, with 8 nuts attached on each. So how come Bishop's was so much quicker? It's because the weight is centered in different places. Angus's design needs a lot of energy to get started. That's why it was so sluggish off the grid. But Bishop's racer has the weight concentrated at the center. This means it takes less energy to get it rolling, so it will always have the winning edge.
That was a brilliant victory, but I think Bishop's let it go to his head. Is he ever going to stop celebrating?
They get out of there fast, Angus. Nobody wants a fire-breathing dragon on their tail.
No, just like nobody wants herb-munching snails in their vegetable patch.
I'm going to start a herb garden, so we've always got fresh herbs to cook with. The basil goes in first. That's Mum's favourite. And next comes Dad's favourite, the coriander. Perfect. They're going to thrive in there. I'll come back and check on them in a couple of days. Okay, let's have a look. Oh no! Something's eaten them! It's the snails! They've been feasting on my herbs! There'll be none left to eat, unless I can find a way to stop them. Maybe there'll be something to help me in the shed. Let's see. Aha! I've heard snails don't like copper, so let's try this copper wire. I'll need 2 new herb plants for this snail-busting experiment. And I'll need to dig another hole. And I'll plant these new herbs right next to the ones the snails have been eating. Now for my snail barrier. I'll wrap this copper wire around the flower pot to make a coil. The coil goes over the new plants, protecting them from the hungry snails. Well, that's the idea anyway. I'll pull it right down, making sure not to damage the plant along the way. Any snail that wants to eat these plants will have to cross the copper wire first. Tomorrow morning we'll find out if it works. The snails are still feasting on my first batch of herbs. But thanks to the copper wire, they haven't touched the herbs I planted yesterday.
If a snail tries to cross a copper barrier, it experiences something like an electric shock. The shock is caused by an electrochemical reaction between the copper and the slippery trail of mucus that all snails lay down beneath them as they travel along.
My herbs will soon be ready to use in the kitchen. And I know what we can make first. How about garlic snails? We're making a dragon puppet. Angus fancies himself as a puppet master. But first we need somewhere for that dragon to perform. Any idea where we could get one of those? A box and some tissue paper? Yeah, that'll work. We'll use the box as a frame. Just tape the paper down on both sides. And we've got a theatre. Now we need a light so we can cast a shadow. I'll put it over this side and point it right at the screen. Now I'll need a sharp image on the screen so my friends can follow the action. But where's the best place to put my dragon? How does that look? A bit blurry? And closer still? That's it. The perfect spot. Hey, if I keep moving him backwards and forwards, he changes size. A shape-shifting dragon. This is going to be the best show in town.
A shadow is the darkness caused by an object blocking the light. The closer to the light and the further from the screen it gets, the bigger and blurrier it becomes. The size also depends on the angle between the object and the light source it's blocking.
Now it's time for Angus to prove he's the puppet master. What? He's ruined our puppet theatre. Forget dragons, you've got me to worry about. I've got Laura coming over for afternoon tea. She loves cookies. Oh no! All the good ones have been eaten. There are only these left. Boring. I'll have to think of a way to jazz them up. I'll lay them out on this foil and make them a lot more appetizing by adding chopped chips, sprinkles, and some sweet marshmallows. Now they look great. But to really make them yummy, I need to melt marshmallow and chocolate. I'll just cover them in this foil and take them outside into the sun. There we go. All we need to do now is wait for the sun to warm them up. Let's see how they're getting on.
Oh no! Laura will be here soon and the topping still hasn't melted. Gotta think of a way to make them heat up faster. I know. I bet this black paint will make the temperature go up. All I need to do is cover the silver foil in black. Okay, now it's out to the backyard to let the sunshine do its work. Hopefully this time my plan will succeed. Laura's here, and she's just in time for a solar-powered afternoon tea. She loves cookies, and I cooked up some really special ones with a little bit of help from my friend the sun.
Because it's shiny, the aluminium foil reflects most of the sun's energy. That's why the cookies didn't heat up much the first time. But when Natasha painted the foil black, the sun's energy was absorbed instead of reflected, meaning the marshmallows and the choc chips began to melt.
These sun-baked biscuits sure do go down a treat. But boy, I think we're in danger of getting sun-baked. Let's go back inside and scoff the lot.
Yum.